Hi guys, so one of, I would say the limiting factors that I notice as to why people don't achieve the results they want to achieve or fail to even start a health and fitness routine, which believe it or not is something that they want to start, is because of their self-belief. Now, I won't say I'm an expert in this, but I'm pretty well versed in seeing where people's self-belief is at. And, I can't spot a mile off, but I can certainly tell or certainly get triggers on when people's self-belief is certainly lacking. And I could, in a nice way, tell them that they struggle with their self-belief. And I get all sorts of responses. I get a quite defensive response. So they're in a bit of denial. I get the quiet response, which normally means that they kind of know it's an issue. But here's the thing, guys, and here's where you can test today or tonight after listening to this, where your self-belief is at. And, it depends a lot on what's happened to you recently. But I think back to when people have doubted me, or when they didn't think I could achieve something, or when they said I couldn't do something, or when someone has critiqued me or criticized me or been negative towards me, and sometimes been nasty towards me with regards to me wanting to do something that meant a lot to me. And I look at the way I've reacted to those situations, and not every time the way I've reacted has been the same. And that's because my self-belief has been at different levels, at different stages, dependent on the current state that I've been in. But 9 times out of 10, with me, my response when people are negative towards me, when people doubt me, when people criticize me, is, well, I'm going to show them. It's not a case of me going into my shell and basically saying, well, they're probably right. If they're saying it, they're probably right. And this is where people fail when it comes to getting healthier, getting fitter, and looking the way they want to feel. Because the first bit of negativity towards that individual, whether it's criticism, whether it's a negative jibe, whether it's someone doubting them, or whether it's someone saying, oh, you've changed since you've been doing this health and fitness regime, their instant reaction is, oh, that person has probably got a point there. When actually it should be that, well, hang on a minute, I know I'm doing the right thing for me here and for those ones around me. And it's that belief, it's that self-belief that you know that you're on the right track, which is going to stand you in good stead for the long term. Regardless of what others say, you know it's the right track to take, and you know deep down, and you have the belief that what you're doing is the right thing going forward. And you letting these externals in, these external voices, whatever it may be, they're constantly hampering your progress going forward, whether you know it or not. And what they're doing is they're chipping away and they're eating away at your self-belief. So eventually you have nothing, and you have nothing to draw upon, and you have no fuel to the fire to help you long term. So this is just, me going on here tonight and saying, this is an easy way to test where your self-belief's at tonight. So how do you respond to negativity? How do you respond to criticism? How do you respond to someone doubting you? How do you respond to someone thinking you can't do something that you want to do? What is your response to that? Is it, yeah, they've got a fair point, and you go back into your shell and you don't end up doing it? Or do you think, right, quietly and keeping it to yourself, right, I'm going to show that bastard. I'm going to show him or her what I can achieve. And actually, they don't know me that well. If they're saying that, if they're doubting me, if they're criticizing me, if they're being negative towards me, they don't know the type of person I am, and they don't know me that well. So how do you respond to that sort of stuff? And it's a sure way to test where your self-belief is at. Okay, so just something that happens all the time, and just that I notice, and self-belief is absolutely huge. If you want long-term progression and longevity with your health and fitness, you need to have some serious self-belief, because it's going to get chipped away at all the time by externals, not all good. And you need to draw upon that self-belief all the time if you want to progress long term.